We're live. So hello everyone, welcome to today's session on how to conduct inductions. Thank you for all joining us today. Before we quickly get into it, I just want to go over some quick rules of the session. So I am going to ask everyone if they can please turn their mobiles to silent. If you could please mute your emails in the background. If you have any questions, please use the raise your hand button if you have a question throughout the course. Please check your internet connection is working so we don't lose anyone throughout the session. And next, I'm just going to ask everyone to respect all attendees, please, because I'm here to teach you all, you're all here to learn. We've all got our own questions, thoughts and opinions, and we're all in the same boat. So please remember to try and respect everyone on the course. Next is no questions a silly question. Please do ask me anything throughout this course. At the end of the course or furthermore, I am here to help you at the end of the day. So please do remember that. I just want to check if everyone's got their workbook ready, which I emailed to everyone. We've all got it printed out. Yeah, fantastic. Good to see. Next, I just want to quickly ask, does everyone have refreshments? Everyone's sitting comfortably?
Yeah, I have a tea next to me, so I'm all ready.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I have some water and I'm sitting comfortably. Yeah.
Brilliant, fantastic. If we was usually in the office or in a meeting room, I would all have refreshments out for everyone, and I would quickly explain to you where the fire exits are. But as we're all at home, I'm assuming we all know how to get out of your houses or flats in case of emergency, so I won't be going over that today. But that is what I would usually do if we was in the office. So moving on from the rules quickly, I just want to have a quick welcome into the session of who I am and who you are. So my name's Daniel.R.Wailing. I'm a HR assistant at 7 Investment Management at 7IM. I've been in HR now in the industry for about 5 years, and I've been with 7IM for 2 years, coming up for 3 now. So I just want to quickly try and break the ice and introduce everyone to each other. So if everyone wants to kind of say who they are, a bit about themselves quickly, just so we can get to know everyone.
Yeah, so I'm Dave. I work in the IT department, looking after the websites, and I've been with the company for about 2 years now.
Hi, my name is Esteban, and I work within the operations department. I've been in the company for almost 3 years now.
Fantastic. It was great to meet you all. And again, thank you for coming today. So moving on, I will just want to cover the expectations of the course. So I just kind of want to see where everyone is at with their knowledge skills with induction. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel you are on your knowledge with inductions at the start of this course?
I would say I'm around a 4. I probably know the basics of inductions, such as I know I'm meant to be friendly and approachable, but that's not much more than that.
I am a 3, but and I think I feel that I know the basic information, but I would definitely not feel comfortable running an induction on my own.
Okay, no, great. So with expectations now, so what are you both hoping to get from this course? Are there any areas you hope to cover or want to learn about? As this will help me tailor the training more to your needs in case I miss something later in the session, or I can cover some more topics in detail. So is there anything that you're hoping to learn from this course?
Yeah, I would like to know more about the documents that are required, the documents that we collect from people for inductions. I've heard about P45 and P60 in the past, and I've always wondered what exactly those are for.
I'm hoping to learn about how to show the new starters about their own work, and also how to introduce them into the daily routines. Basically, that's what I'm hoping for.
Great. Okay, great. So we'll definitely be touching on both of those areas later in the course. So when we do get to them, I'll make sure to spend some more time on them to make sure you fully understand them in more depth. So that's brilliant. We will be touching on them. So moving on, so just going over the course objectives quickly of what we'll be learning today. So we'll be looking at the overview of what inductions are. We'll make what makes for a good induction. We'll then be touching on what documents are required on inductions, then getting new starters a company overview, key information to inform new starters about, how to give a tour of the office, how to introduce them to their work and role. And then towards the end, there'll be a test your knowledge, so a little quiz just to see if you're all listening throughout the course. So hopefully you'll make some notes on your workbooks throughout and you can answer those towards the end. And then at the end, there'll just be some takeaway points and some action points for later on after this course.
Okay.
So next we have, so what makes for a good induction? So diving right into it. So what makes for a good induction? So firstly is planning and preparation. So with planning and preparation, you should ensure you've prepared a date in advance for your induction, have a room booked for induction so you don't leave it to the last minute. You make sure the room is ready. Does the laptop connect to the screen, for example? Are there pens in the room for new employees to use to complete their forms? Next, is there any refreshments available for if you're going to be in a long time? Does the heating or aircon work in the room? Again, these are just a few things that get overlooked but are important to remember to plan for and prepare for before your induction starts. Moving on with the planning preparation. What makes for a good induction and planning preparation is meet and greet your new starters. So remember, first impressions do count. So be ready to meet all new starters at the given start time. Be friendly and approachable, and try and break the ice and have a light conversation with them to try and ease them into the day of their first day of their induction. Next, we would then have another area of what makes a good induction is communication. So keep employees on the team who will be receiving the new employees informed of what will be happening at all stages. So keep the new starters informed as well, such as what day and time will their induction start, what they can expect to happen on the day, as this will help reduce their nerves and any doubts they might be having about their induction on the first day, because it can be, of course, overwhelming and very nerve-wracking. Also, let them know what documents they might need to bring to their first day. And then lastly, let them know what the dress code is. So for example, Monday through to Thursday might be business attire and a Friday might be dress down. So you want to let that new starter know that they say don't rock up on a Wednesday in jeans and t-shirt and everyone else is in suits, just so they're prepared and don't feel out of place. So just remember to let them know that information and communicate to them. Next, I'm going to be showing you a video example of a meet and greet. So after watching this, I will want your thoughts on this, guys. So can you pick out any positive or negative points while watching this? Try and make some notes if you can on your workbooks. And at the end, we'll come back and have a little discussion about them. So I'm now just going to flip my screen. Bear with me 2 seconds. Onto the video. Just want to make sure, can everyone see that?
Yep.
Yep. And I'm just going to play. Let me know if anyone can't hear it. And here we go.
Francisco is a new employee at the university. On his first day, his laptop wasn't ready, his chair was broken, and his supervisor, Stacy, was out of the office. He was sent to a conference room where someone from HR helped him complete a bunch of forms. He was not introduced to anyone, and when he asked a colleague a question, they were too busy to help. He had no one to go to lunch with, and since his laptop wasn't ready, he sat and flipped through a stack of old manuals and reports all afternoon. By the end of the day, he felt like he had made a terrible mistake by leaving his old job. As a result, he feels isolated, demotivated, and unhappy. When Stacy returns to the office the next day, she was surprised to hear Francisco's first day was so disastrous. In her sink or swim mentality, she thought he would have been more successful because he was so promising in his interview. Instead, Francisco seems withdrawn. Stacy is frustrated because every time someone new needs onboarding, it's a mad scramble to remember what to do and who does what. Francisco decides to stick it out, but struggles to become a productive member of the team. Fast forward 3 months, and he's still trying to figure out some of the processes and key people for getting his job done. Let's rewind to see how effective onboarding practices would have made a difference. The first day of a new job is the most crucial for a new employee because they may still be deciding if they made the right decision to accept the job offer. Plus, the recruiting and hiring process is often costly and time-consuming. It would be a shame for all of that effort to go to waste. This time, Stacy keeps in contact with Francisco even before his first day and outlines what he can expect when he gets there, like where to park, directions, and sending a welcome email. Upon his arrival, Stacy greets him and introduces him to a few key members of the team, and then she takes him out to lunch. The next day, they have a meeting where she outlines some of the cultural aspects and performance expectations of the department. and they plan to have regular check-in meetings once a week. As a result, Francisco is excited to be at the university and part of a well-run department that values their employees and is engaged and productive in no time. Effective onboarding goes much deeper and further than a checklist, and it doesn't matter if you're onboarding a faculty member, a staff member, or an executive. It's an opportunity to engage the employee from the beginning to create a long-lasting relationship and productive performance. Effective onboarding involves partnership between the new employee, your team, and the supervisor. It takes planning and consideration, but the outcomes are worth it. Next time you have a new employee, make sure to thoughtfully plan, onboard, and engage them.
There we go. So bear with me, everyone. I'm just going to stop the video and I'm just going to switch back to the PowerPoint. There we go. So what did everyone think of that? So again, there's no wrong or right answer with this, guys. I just kind of want to see what everyone's thoughts were on the negative and positives of the video. So Dave, if you have any thoughts, or Esteban?
Well, the negatives I picked out was that his laptop was not ready, and also no one was there to greet him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also had those points. I mean, he was just, before they started with onboarding properly, he was just thrown in the deep end and expected to know what to do straight away.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's very good. So that goes back to the previous points of planning and preparation and meeting and greeting and communicating. So all these combined help a new starter hit the ground running on their first day. And it shows that we care for them and that we're professional and that we want to get the best for them, basically. So you're all spot on for pointing those out. Like, well done. So moving on from the video example, we're then going to dive into documents that are required to be gathered from a new starter on their induction day. So you would ask them to complete a personal details form. You would ask them to get to give you them the bank details. You would then ask for either a P45 or P60 tax document, any supporting documents or qualifications, and then you would ask for proof of addresses and proof of right to work. So again, this is where it gets a bit more tricky. So with the proof of addresses, these can either be a passport, a valid UK driving license, a council tax or letter, a current bank statement or a current utility bill. And for a right to work, you can either have, if you're not a UK citizen, this is a biometric residence permit or card number, a passport or a nationality identity card. Again, I will send you some more details on the documents required, especially for the proof of address and right to works, because they do get a bit confusing having to remember what you can accept and what you can't. So I will send you more of those details later on in the course. Is there any questions on any of this topic? So if I know, Dave, you wanted to know a bit more about P45s and P60s.
Yeah, if you can explain a bit more about P45 and P60 and the importance of those, please.
Yeah, of course. So a P45 is what you get when you leave your previous job, and this summarises the income and tax for that year that you was in for your previous job. And whereas a P60 is, this will cover, again, you'll receive this after again, but it will cover the tax and paid for the entire year that you was in. You would then give these, once you've received them, for example, you, Dave, if you've received them from your new starter, you would then give them to either payroll or HR, but they would then use this information to make sure the new starter is being paid correctly and is on the right tax code.
Okay, so those, they help payroll to identify the tax codes for their salaries.
Exactly, that is correct, yeah. But again, I'll send you a bit more information on those at the end of the course so you can familiarise yourself with them a bit more detail, but that's them in a nutshell. Moving on, we then have document processing. So contracts will need to be signed and witnessed. Supply new starters with the company handbook and policy so they can familiarise with themselves with it. Ask the new joiners to sign and return any IT policies that might be in place in the company. You would then take a scan of their proof of address and their right to work. But again, it is crucial to remember that new starters need to bring these on their first day of inductions. HR will need these to verify information to validate their address and right to work as soon as possible. So if they forget it on their first day, please do ensure you ask them to bring it in as soon as possible if it's not on their first day. But ideally, they would have it on their first day with them, that information. Moving on from that, you would then give a company overview to the new starters. So you would explain the company's main purpose and services it provides. You would explain the history of the company. You could then explain the culture, the visions and mission statements, as this will help new starters align themselves with the company's values. You would explain how new starters fits into the company's structure and how their role plays a part in the bigger business. So you can explain all this information to them and just give them an overview. Next, you will move on to emergencies of what you would inform the new starters about. So you would inform new starters where all the fire exits are in the building. You would show them where they are as well. You would inform new starters where the emergency meeting points is outside in case of a work environment emergency. You then inform all new starters who, okay, I think we've just lost Dave. I'm just going to stop the session for 2 seconds.
Can you hear me? I'm
still here,
here.
Dave. Are you still with us?
Yeah, I can see you all.
I think your camera's gone off. Do you want to try and reconnect it quickly?
Oh, hang on a second. Can you see
there we
me
go.
now?
I can see you now.
There we are. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Can you see us still?
Yes, I can see everyone. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's brilliant.
Sorry,
I'll carry on then. That's fine. No worries. So again, moving on from what I was just saying a minute ago of the emergencies, what you would explain to new starters, you would then inform the new starters who can assist them with an emergency. So you would explain to them who the first aiders are, who will assist them in any medical emergencies. You would explain who the fire marshals are, who will assist them in a fire evacuation. You would then explain who the health and safety officers are, as they can help reduce accidents, injuries such as trip hazards, blocking fire exits, and prevent health problems. So you would give them a summary of who they are, their names, and how they can contact them in case they need to be assisted in case of any of these emergencies. So that is who we would let them know about. Moving on, we then have giving a tour of the office. So on the induction, you would then give a tour. So on a new starter's induction, you should show them the following areas of the office or the environment. So you would show them the break room or the canteen. You could show them where the department is located in the building. You would then show where their relevant departments are located, where other relevant departments are located in the building, where they can find the meeting rooms and how to access them. And then you could also provide them a map or floor plan if available in case they forget later on so they can find themselves around in the office. Sorry, just moving on from that one. So induction to their work. So how would you induct them to their work? So you could have the new recruit or new starter shadow another employee on the team. This will give the new starter a chance to see what is expected of them and how to perform their job. You could organise a team lunch, as this allows the new starters and the team to have to make connections on the team. You could tailor the lunch to be slightly more work themed, but also so it's a bit more casual so they can get to know each other. And you could then go over their job descriptions and expectations by discussing their job descriptions and talk through their day-to-day role. You could then answer any questions they might have on that topic, and then you can let them know what is expected of them and the output of workload, but also to reassure them that it's not expected straight away, because obviously this is their first day and it's not expected from the get-go, but eventually it will be. So moving on from that, oh no, sorry, I think we had a question because this is what Esteban wanted to go over, wasn't it? Was there any questions on that, Esteban?
Yeah, so does the new started have to be shadowing only one member of the team on their induction day?
So no, they can shadow for a long period of time or with as many people as they want, as this will ultimately be down to the manager or the team members, basically. So this is because there might be certain tasks that need to be shown or explained to the new starter over a period of days or weeks. You don't want to have them shadowing forever, though, as eventually they will need to learn how to do this on their own, but ultimately it will be down to the team members or the manager.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic,
yes,
okay. So moving on, we've just got, oh, sorry, I've just lost my slide. Here we go. So handing over the new starters once the induction's done. So at the end of your induction session, you will pass the new starters on to their relevant departments. So it is important to know who will be assisting them on their journey, such as, will this be their line manager or another colleague in their department? It's also important not to leave the new starter sat at their desk after the induction or left wandering around. This will leave the new starter unaware of what is expected of them, but also comes across as unprofessional and shows a lack of care. So it is important to remember who you'll be handing them over to next and what they'll be doing next after the induction is finished. So now we're going to try and test your knowledge. So see if you've all been making your notes and been paying attention. So these are some true or false questions. So the first question is true or false. So new starters should dress casually for their induction day.
This is a trick question because they should actually be informed if their induction day is a dress down day or if it's a normal work attire day.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. Well done, Dave. That is absolutely correct. So next, true or false, it is important to let a new starter know the culture of the company.
I would say definitely yes. They will need to know this in order to align their behavior to what the company is expecting them to behave.
Again,
Yes.
absolutely correct. No, you're spot on. Well done. So next, true or false, a driving license can be used for a proof of right to work.
Yeah, I think this is true.
So no, this is false,
No?
unfortunately. So a driving license can only be used for a proof of address and not right to work. So I will send you again. Yeah, so I will again send you a list of the correct documents needed for proof of addresses and right to work. So you can use this to check when you do conduct new inductions, because again it does get a bit confusing with the documents you kind of haven't got. But no, again, yeah, I will send you some information. But close, nearly there. And then the last question, true or false? A new employee should shadow a team member for exactly 1 week.
This was actually one of the areas I wanted to learn a bit more, and I would say that definitely this is false. I think a new starter can shadow another member of the team for as long as is needed.
No, absolutely correct. Because again, it is down to the line manager or the team, the relevant team, to determine how long they want to shadow them for or have to learn a certain role or topic in the work. So no, you're absolutely correct. It is down to them ultimately. So fantastic, everyone. Well done for answering those questions. Thank you very much. So next is just some takeaway points and some takeaway actions. So again, at the beginning of the course, I asked you on a scale of 1 to 10 how confident you feel about your knowledge of induction. So again, I'm going to ask that again. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel now towards the end of the course on your confidence with knowledge of inductions?
I'd say I'm probably an 8 or a 9 now. Probably be even more once I've got the documents you're going to send about the so once I've got those. But yeah, I'd say more of an 8 and a 9 now.
Fantastic.
I would definitely say an 8, especially after you clarify the points. I was kind of I needed clarification. So I would say pretty confident.
Fantastic. That's good to hear. It's nice to know that the numbers have gone up throughout this course then and you've been paying attention and everything. That's brilliant to hear. So next takeaway point it is now time to put this into practice. So your line managers have asked that you conduct your department's next inductions. I will be there to assist to oversee your first inductions. I'm free to answer any questions leading up to it and to assist you at any point with it. So you can use this PowerPoint and the workbook I sent you as a reference along with everything, all the other documents I'm going to send.
Thank you.
Further reading material, as Dave said, I will be sending you further reading material on the legality of the certain documents required for the new starters, along with top tips of a handbook to induction. So again, with all this information combined, hopefully you'll be very successful in conducting your first induction. But again, I will be there to assist you in your first one and answer any questions. So that's the end of the course, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have going forward. So hopefully I'll speak to you all very soon.
Great stuff. Thanks very much, Dan.
Right, then. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you all later.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.